Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of Screw Culture. We made it to episode 5.
5.2.
5.2. Yeah. 5.2. We made it to episode 5.
Congrats,
man.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us. Something's different about us, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. So I'll get to it in a second, but first I want to introduce Fraser, obviously one of our co-hosts. You guys know him from the last 5 episodes.
You don't know what the fuck going on, man.
Y'all know what the fuck going on. And of course we have a new guest in the building.
Esty, what's going on? Thanks for having me on the show, man.
I didn't even say your name.
And you about to say my whole name, so I'm gonna introduce myself.
He just cut you off. Don't expose the govy like that.
Now we got Esty Perez in the building for.
Yo, that's how you know Dante's just a narc, bro. We said don't expose the govy. Man goes Esteban Perez.
Nah, I didn't say your whole name.
On some real shit though,
He said his whole name. He said your whole name.
On some real shit though, thank you for having me on the podcast.
Thank you for being
behind
on
the
pod,
scenes for the process has been interesting. Now to be finally on it, it's an honor.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, hold on. We gotta give you the clap.
Yep,
we gotta give you the clap. Welcome to the pod, Esty. So for those of you who don't know, Esty kind of grew up with us. He's one of our boys. He's been behind the scenes on Screw Culture and helping us out with everything for the first 5 episodes, and he's got a great personality, and we think he should be in front of the camera.
Wow. Big words from the boss, man.
Hey.
Big words from the
It's
boss.
good, bigging you up, bro. Man said, I like your personality.
Hey, go be great, King. But nah, and of course, we always we got Melody on the 1s and 2s in the back.
Unos and doses.
What are you saying, Melody? You're good?
I'm good, man.
Good. So, Esty, we're gonna start with you, man. What's new, man? What's popping with you?
Well, I've been good, yo. It's end of the summer now. We're in September, back to school, all that business. You know, I had to set up my workspace at home. Gonna miss my, living away from home, but it's gonna just, we move.
Say you're at school, you line up your clothes on your bed for the first day of school for the Zoom call, bro.
Man irons them all out. He has everything all ironed out.
Got
a lint roller on it and everything.
This guy wakes up, put everything on, goes sits in front of a webcam. doesn't even go to class.
What to iron my drawers?
So for you, everything's gonna be on Zoom, right? For the whole semester.
For the most part, I think it's all gonna be online classes. Like either a professor will just make a video of themselves saying a bunch of shit for 2 hours, or it would be like you have to go in at the time the class would have been in person on a Zoom call type of shit.
So do you have like a schedule where when you're gonna go back? Are you going back to school next semester?
Yeah, I start school September 10th, so then it goes all the way until around December whenever my exams finish, and then they just sent out an email recently saying that it's gonna be online from January on too.
Oh, so for the whole year you're gonna be online?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm home for the whole. You guys got me for the whole year.
Oh fuck! I thought we were about to send you off. God,
is this your last year or second?
Nah, third year. So I got one more year.
So second last year.
Yeah.
Bless.
But also, I recently was at a haunted house and in Niagara, and honestly, when I thought of a haunted house, the way I thought the structure of a haunted house would be, would be mostly like I thought I was gonna be seeing some like a creepy old crib where I could see where I'm going, and it was just gonna be some dim lights and some weirdos like screaming at me and shit. Like I thought
that's not what it was.
I thought you walk in to this black curtain and it's pitch black, and you have to follow a red flashing light. So obviously it's dark.
Hold on, I have something to say about that, but that was the craziest segue ever. No man stuck in. He just went straight from being in the school to I was in a haunted house. There's just
you're asking me what's
no transition. No transition in
Boy,
that.
You just be in a haunted house following red lights and shit.
Life happens fast.
No, because
I lied, Dante. There ain't no time to stop.
Yeah,
what's the Fast and Furious line? Life moves at a quarter mile an hour or whatever. What's the line?
Well, I'm just gonna go back to the haunted house.
All right, well.
so the haunted house, Esty.
So I thought it was gonna be that, but as soon as I walk in, it's obviously pitch black, and it's dark. So obviously I was shook. That shit was dark. As soon as you walk in, someone starts coming out the curtain, crawling towards you. That shit's creepy as fuck. And then you go in this hallway where it's super tight, and you're just following this flashing red light until you figure out how to get out of the entire it's like a maze almost. I would say
you're bumping into walls.
Yeah, I think the scariest part was just not knowing where to go. I felt like I was lost. I was I need them to come find me. I was so confused.
I was walking. I was like, help!
This guy's gonna go into one of the corners and just sit down and cover his eyes.
I went into the haunted house a little wavy too, so that didn't help at all.
That definitely would not help.
You get to the midway point and you get into a hall. It looks like the entrance. So I'm like, oh bless, I'm done. You go down the stairs. You think you're about to go out to an outer door. Another curtain. That shit's dark as fuck. Again, another journey back.
Fuck. Here we go again.
That shit was just not what I expected. It was weird, but it was still a little spooky.
So I went to Niagara recently, and I went through one of those haunted houses too. It wasn't the same one that you went to, but
were you spooked?
No, not really. Cause here's the thing, right?
No, scared of his mind.
Nah, here's the thing, right? I found it to be really lazy because they did the same thing. They just made it pitch black. So it was like for mine, people were jumping out and shit. But like I find it kind of lazy because it's like there's like no real like atmosphere to it or anything that actually scare you. Nah, but like lights? It's like they just made everything pitch black and made you walk through a hallway. Obviously, you're gonna be scared because you don't know where you're going. Oh my god,
it's like they did their job. They made you scared.
Nah. Like, what? But it wasn't like good. Like there wasn't scary. There was nothing that I seen in there that was scary. It was just because it was pitch black and you didn't see where you're going. That's why you're kind of like, all right, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Honestly, I've been.
It was like lazy.
You ever been trick or treating and touched the crib that just did the most for Halloween? Oh, so yeah, you know, there was like a haunted house at the front part. Like once I had to go through this whole maze to just get I think it was like a bag of Doritos, but like I had to go through this entire thing of some mom screaming at me with a chainsaw, like saying like, "Look at my child," and it was just like some like 7-year-old kid on the ground for no reason. Like it was just weird.
Fam,
but like,
what type of Halloweens did you have?
This was on my friend's neighborhood when we went trick or treating. It was just weird.
There's always those houses that do the most.
But that's what I thought. That's what I thought a haunted house would be. Something that you saw, but like some you could see everything around you, but like there's just like obviously just it was just a scary environment, like the music or like something popped out at you, the jump scares. Like I thought it was gonna be like that, but just the darkness took me off guard. I did not expect that.
Yo, question, because you just made me think of this. When you become older, like when you become a parent, are you gonna do the most during holidays? Are you gonna be like
depends on the holiday?
Have the garage,
100%.
Have the garage with it's a whole haunted house, or like Christmas, go crazy with all the lights.
I might
shit?
For Halloween, not for Christmas, because Christmas is too cold out. Like I'm hibernating, bro. Like I don't like winter.
Honestly, I'm super big on Christmas. I really like the holidays and that time of the year. It's really nice. But like depends if I'm with just like. If I have like kids and stuff, then obviously, you know, if I'm like I want them to enjoy their holidays.
Look at this family, man. Look at this guy.
No, that's what I mean. Like if you had kids, would you do the most?
You're hopping on the roof to put up lights in winter?
That's not
me. Missing with all that, bro. I'm about to fall out, break my back.
Gabriel before me could do it. I could do that shit too. Come on.
Wow.
Could do that shit.
Inspirational.
Yeah. I would probably fall. I'm clumsy, but you know, we move.
No, you won't be moving.
All right, what's new with you, Dante? You asking me what's new with you?
Not much, man. I just been watching a bit of anime. I'm almost done. Got a high school.
Look at you.
Yep. Yo,
okay,
can I get a clap one time for that?
Look at you.
Let me get a clap.
Guys, Dante was not watching any anime for a minute, and we kept telling him, okay, I'm not.
You see why
I'm not
we told
either,
you to
but
watch
yeah, no, Got a High School's fire, and we were talking. I don't know if it was last week's or the podcast before, but we were talking about Promised Neverland and how good it is.
It's amazing.
Was that the episode that didn't?
That was
drop?
The one that didn't air. Sorry.
Yeah. Moral of that whole episode, to summarize, you guys need to watch Promised Neverland. But for this episode, I'm almost up to date on God of High School. It's fire. I like it. I like the action.
Hand combat is crazy. Like we watched this video on how they make the anime. And like the director and the writer was saying how they get real people. Like you know how in 2K they put like this technology on the players so they can get
motion
the movements
capture.
properly.
Mocap. Yeah.
Exactly. So they
look
do
at you
that
with your fancy
people
terms, bro.
That are professionals.
It's that mocap. Like nobody gives a fuck, man.
You could have just been like,
that's
yeah,
what it's
bro.
called.
You could have just been like, yeah, bro. But yeah, they're like they capture on the mocap. They capture the movement with the professionals in that field of like whatever the fighting style it is for that action scene, and then they draw it out and then they animate over it. So like
that's pretty cool, to be honest.
I think the process is amazing for.
I haven't watched it. Really I haven't watched any of the episodes, but I've seen like trailers from that, like from what Mauri sent me and stuff, and it does look really well done. All the fighting. So
really well
I feel like it's one of those ones where the story takes a back seat and that like
and
the fighting is
front
the main thing. But it's really good though.
But the story's really good too. If you
well, from what I've seen, it definitely takes a back seat to the action. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm slowly starting to get into anime more and more again. I'm trying to find out what's next. So if y'all have any recommendations, holla at
I got plenty. But you know, the fans, if you want to hit Dante with any, you know,
drop that shit in the comments. Any recommendation?
If anybody's watching this and wants to holla at your boy, DM me or put in the comments for new anime to watch.
A lot. Dante's DMs are lonely. Hit him up.
Facts. That's factual. It's just these three guys in my DMs fucking yelling and arguing all day.
That's sus,
and me not responding to them.
I'm giving you knowledge every day.
These guys spit straight bars.
No knowledge. No bars. But yeah, I've been playing. So I don't know if you guys know like the Tony Hawk games. Have you guys been playing them?
Honestly,
I haven't been playing them.
Have you ever played them like even when you were a kid?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Maybe a 1-2 time.
A skateboard for the Wii.
You're sick. You're sick.
Oh, you're talking about the Tony Hawk ride, the one with the skateboard. Yeah, I used to have that one too. But yeah, so a new one just came out a couple days ago for the PS4, and I've been playing that like crazy. I used to love the Tony Hawk games growing up, and it's fucking lit. So if y'all like skateboarding games, y'all should.
So you hit it a 1-2 kickflip.
I hit a 1-2 kickflip, 1-2 heel flip.
Ooh,
yeah.
Can you hit those in real life?
I did a 1-2 ollie. Yeah, I'm out here ollieing and
I know
shit.
You can't hit those in real life.
Don't watch that.
Yikes.
Yo, that's why I play the game.
Okay.
I don't need to do it in real life. You feel me?
That's why you play FIFA, because you can't score goals in real life.
Ah, that's crazy. All right, so play me one-on-one.
Nah, I'm scared.
What about you, Fraser? What's new?
Lately, damn, guys.
Damn.
Kendrick Lamar.
Man's got pulled over in a new whip. Not good.
Last episode, he just got the new whip. This episode,
pulled over. Yes.
Yikes. This episode, less 6 demerit points later. Fuck.
What happened to you?
Dumb choices. Shit happens.
Okay, you ready? Allegedly,
what happened?
Allegedly, I ran 2 stop signs. That's what word on the streets, according to the ops is. So
word on the streets, according to the ops.
That boy Fraser ran stop signs and shit.
Yeah, no, the cop was a bucket. So I allegedly ran 2 stop signs. So man gave me 2 tickets for the same thing. Fucking dickhead. Like, yo, just fucking allow him, man.
He was probably watching though, and he saw the first one, and he's like, "Oh, okay, tough guy." Saw the second one, he's like, "Hey, "This guy's a fucking dumbass."
Nah, and then I was super polite with them. I was like, "Hey, how you doing, officer?" And then he came back. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 tickets for," and I was like, "Wow, sick." And yeah, so I might have to sell the new car now.
Yeah.
It was fun while it lasted, I guess.
Kidding, bro. You know,
summer's almost over anyway, so like it was a summer car, so now I don't need it, right?
2-week car.
Every summer you gotta rebuy the car for 2 weeks.
You gotta take a mental note. Remember the feeling of sitting in that bitch.
I think I should just remember to stop at stop signs.
Yeah, that's a solid lesson.
I'm kidding. I definitely stopped. Cop is wrong.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Yeah, sure.
Allegedly.
I don't know. I'm on the case. I got a 1-2 lawyer dealing with it.
You got a couple lawyers on the case.
Maybe one, but hopefully they deal with it.
The lawyer is gonna sit in front of you and look at you. Did you or did you not run the stop signs?
Maybe not even one. Maybe most likely probably a lawyer's consultant. It wasn't even the actual lawyer.
Right? It's his assistant. The guy that gets him coffee. He's gonna be in the courtroom. He's like, I don't think he did it.
This guy's just cool, man. Just leave him alone.
Look at the whip he's driving, yo. This guy's sick, yo.
It's the summer car.
Other than that, I just started working a little bit more. Like, I started another restaurant serving, but just make a little extra money on the side, so I can.
You gotta secure your bag, bro.
Yeah, just so I could pay for these tickets now. So
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's crazy.
Yo, Esty, I seen that you wanted to talk about summer signings for this transfer window.
Yeah, like if anyone is a big soccer fan, there's been a crazy amount of signings this summer. Not like maybe compared to other summers, but still like there's been a lot of moves. But honestly, the biggest one on anyone's mind that's really been looking at the news.
You want to get into that right now? Yeah. The big one.
Yeah, that's the Messi move. That's the goal.
Messi bag.
It was the honestly, like I don't want to say that I saw it coming, because obviously it's a big decision for someone who's been the face of a club for so long, someone that's made this much of an impact on that world of soccer, that much to say he's gonna leave. It shook up. If you took in every form of social media of any type of sports broadcaster was picking this up, was posting any type of news, it was getting millions of interactions on every form of social media. It was crazy that one person could shake up the world without even saying a word. But look at who
it is. That's why.
Because all of it that was being said was hearsay until Messi had an interview with Goal recently where he talked about what is going to continue to
happen. So what happened?
No.
What happened? Lay down the facts.
Okay, you want to say what happened? Or you,
well, like from everything that I've seen, so Messi obviously at first, for anyone that knows, wanted to leave, but at first, obviously for a player of this magnitude to leave a club, there's obviously going to be a big ass price tag attached to him. But the price tag for him at Barcelona was 700 million euros. But there was a clause.
How many Canadian dollars is that bitch?
$824 million.
Yeah, it's like 824 million.
That's a good amount of money right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's American too. Canadian dollars. Psh.
Crazy.
But he had a clause in the contract that said, and the year before, so his contract finishes in 2021. But he had one this year in the year 2020 where he could leave for free in June of 2020. However, because of COVID, the league got pushed back so the league finished later. So he didn't know kind of the outcome of the season yet until like August because everything happened late. So that whole Barcelona and shambles thing didn't happen to after.
Do you think that was a deciding factor though?
So like he didn't get to see how the season finished then. So obviously he couldn't just say, okay, I'm gonna leave for free now. So like he tried to exercise that after the season finished post June of 2020, and Barcelona said no. Like, your clause was for June 2020. You did not decide. If any team wants to buy you, it's 700 mil. And he didn't want to take them to court, so he decided to stay for another year.
Basically, you're not going to come out in the middle of the season and say, I want to leave when you're the most important player. Like, they were still fighting for La Liga. They were still fighting for Champions League, right? Mm-hmm. So his explanation was, I'm not going to come out in the middle of the season because of COVID.
He's going to wait until the end.
Yeah, he's going to wait till the end and then come out. So basically, nobody really knows what's in Messi's contract except for them in Barcelona. If it's like nobody knows if the contract says he has to decide by June 30th or if the contract says you have till the end of the season, June 30th. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because that wording makes a big difference. Because if it says end of the season, then technically he can get out on a free still. Mm-hmm. Right?
Just like the excuse that any business has been using, or anyone that has wanted to use it this particular summer, is that he has the one clause of COVID where he could have tried to exercise that with lawyers and take them to court and say because of COVID the decision was delayed, therefore the deadline for this shit. And he could have dragged this out, but he honestly decided against it because at the end of the day it's the club he loves. It's the club that gave him a chance. He had a hormone deficiency when he was first playing in Argentina. Everyone turned him down, even Argentina's top club.
This guy read the fucking Messi wiki, bro.
And they gave him the opportunity. So obviously he's gonna have that club because they made him. They helped him make who he is today. So like he obviously decided to stay. So there's less of that confrontation. But like he still expressed, like, which was crazy to me. He still expressed how much how much Barcelona's in shambles right now. Like their entire board of directors.
The big thing is he publicly came out and said that Barcelona's in a shit show right now. Their whole president, their whole management team, everything. And this you gotta
not a good look.
You gotta understand this is Messi. This is the greatest player of all time for that club coming out and going, you guys have a fucking issue and I want to leave because of it. Like you guys are. So right now their whole club is in shambles. Like their whole management team, the president is about to resign. So basically the report was that if Messi publicly came out and stated that he was going to stay at Barcelona, the president would resign. So Messi publicly came out and said he's going to stay at Barcelona. So now nobody knows if the president's going to resign. Messi put all the pressure.
He's crushing it, bro. He's holding the team together right
Messi put all the pressure back on. Basically, this is a power play move, right? Between Messi and the club, right? Messi put all the pressure back on the board saying, I'm going to stay. Now, what are you going to do? Right? Now you guys have to either resign. You have to figure it out. Right? My big question for you guys, because I have a different opinion than most people on this situation. I want to know whose side are you on? Who do you agree with? Who do you think's in the right? Who do you think's in the wrong? Is Messi in the wrong or is Barcelona in the wrong?
Why would Messi be wrong?
I will get to it, but I want to know before I get into it. I want to hear why you guys think he's in the right.
Alex's opinion.
I want to hear your opinion.
I don't think it would have been wrong for him. Actually, okay, it would be a dickhead move for him to leave because he knows that the team is in shambles, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure he's been frustrated at the club for a while. Like he hasn't come out and said it, but like people have been able to tell. You know what I mean? He's low key been wanting to leave for a while now. So and like you have to think about you. Like yourself first, you know? He's been wanting to leave. He wants to leave now. Oh, it's bad timing. So now he has to patch together the club. Like, even though he's the best player and he's a big part of the team, that's not his responsibility. You know what I mean? I personally, if I was him, I would leave. You know, if you want to leave, like, that's on you. Like, I understand how much the club has done for you, but...
So like everybody, there's this big question about his legacy, Messi's legacy. And honestly, when I think of a legacy, I think of what has he done. Messi's legacy is the football he plays. And obviously, when you've played at that level of football, you want to maintain your stature. You want to, obviously, he's not an outspoken person that talks about being the best, but you obviously want to maintain that. It's a good look, it's a good feeling, and it's the truth. But you telling someone to continuously take a bunch of bullshit from a team that does not have a project, that was his main thing. Messi is 32 years old. He's nearing the end of his career, I guess climactic career. And he can't move as he did before. He can't. Like maybe he could still carry a team. Obviously, he's that good of a player. But you need pieces around you so you can win trophies, so you can continue to compete. And obviously, he's a competitor. He wants to compete. So you're gonna tell me that he should stay while everyone comes and like look at what Barcelona's had for years. All the players that have come and left. But what is the one thing that stays the same? Messi. So you're saying that he should stay in a position that he does not want to be in while he's been unhappy for so long, instead of going somewhere else where projects are being started to make for success, or with something that would be beneficial for his own career. Because Barcelona just keep on buying, selling players, firing managers, and at the same time we've seen projects that have become successful. Liverpool, for example, was a prime example. You look back like 7 years ago, Liverpool was not the team they were today.
You look at Liverpool and you were like, that's a B class team, and now you look at them, they're like, they are fighting to be the best.
That's the Premier League. But
Yeah.
like, because you got Jurgen Klopp. That's one good piece of the puzzle. You started getting signings. They started getting younger players. They started obviously he started getting assistant man. Like that's a project that aimed to start winning titles again. So they reached their pinnacle of success again. Once Barcelona lost their key pieces, Xavi, Iniesta, and even once all the other big names started leaving like Neymar, that's when again, what are we doing? How are we going to build for a more secure
They haven't
future?
gotten that plan together yet to rebuild yet.
Behind the scenes, the president of Barcelona has been selling players that they signed for a lot, for like Rakitic, they could have sold last year for 80 million. This year he went away for $1.5 million. How is that good business?
That's crazy. That's super bad business.
So I'm just saying that when you're in that position that you do and you're not getting back, like he's a player, he's not the president of the club. It's not his responsibility to build it back. And like I don't think it affects his legacy at all. Moving on.
So, for me, I gotta preface this by saying I love Messi. I think he's the greatest player of all time. I literally flew to Spain to go watch him play for Barcelona.
That's cute.
I think Messi's completely. I think Messi's
cute.
I flew there for him.
I think Messi's completely in the wrong. I think Messi is
you.
completely in the wrong.
Whoa.
Completely.
Whoa.
The thing is, Barcelona pays Messi extremely, extremely well. They take very good care of him. He's the highest paid player at that club. He signed that contract with the $700 million release clause. He knows.
By take good care of him.
Hear me out.
No, but I want you to. You're saying they take good care of him. Tell me how.
What do you mean? They
What does
financially wise, they take extremely good care of him.
They should. He performs.
Hear me out. Hear me out. What I'm about to say to you. Every single player that goes through Barcelona's front door that comes into that team, Messi has signed off on letting come in, especially in the front line. So maybe you could get away with, all right, the midfielders, the director of football, or the president decides, the defenders, maybe.
But are you telling me that's not obvious, though? In any sport, the best player obviously is going to get a say.
So hear me out what I'm getting at. Coutinho, Messi had to sign off on coming to that club. Dembele, Messi had to sign off on. Dembele's a kind of weird one because injuries plagged him. There was nothing nobody could have done about that.
I feel like these are all given, though. This is a given. You should run it by your best player, best player in the world.
So
if you're
now,
gonna bring a 100% new player to the team, so here's why him. You're not just gonna bring a random player. You're gonna bring somebody that you run by him.
Yeah, no, 100%. But that is why Messi's in the wrong. How are you gonna jump ship on your team after you built this? Like. Yeah,
but that's ridiculous to assume that.
It's not like they're doing him a favor, though. They're doing the minimum.
Though.
That's what you should do for the best player in the world.
No, they are doing him a favor. No. You guys don't understand. They are doing him a favor. Literally, the entire system, everything runs through Messi. Everything is done at that club because of Messi. The reason why there are guys at that club that are 30 plus years in age is because they want experienced players to help Messi win the Champions League now. That's all they care. That's all they want for him.
They're not doing that for Messi.
Yes,
they're doing
they
that
are.
for their club. They want the best for their team, and that's the best for their team. Is to put those players in a position to support Messi, even though he's a very good supporting player as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're setting him up for success.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Not just for him. They're doing it for the team.
Okay,
they're not doing it just to build his reputation. They're doing it to build Barcelona's reputation.
But by
they're not
building
doing him a favor.
But Fraser, by
they're
building
doing themselves a favor.
But by building his reputation, they are building their reputation, because when he wins, they win. All I'm saying is everything goes through him at Barcelona, right?
Okay.
So how are you now going to turn around? I don't care how long it's been going on. You keep signing that contract. Every year Messi puts pen to paper and signs for another year on the contract, right? He knew from time. Why didn't he leave last year when this was a problem? 2 years ago when this is a problem, when he was
it's
at
almost
his...
like he cares about the club and won't jump ship and like that.
It doesn't matter. Why would you could have done it before and you chose not to. You're choosing to jump ship now. That's all I'm saying. Like, this is at Barcelona is Messi's ship, right? You go down with this ship. You die with this ship. You know what I mean? They have given you so much. Let's not act like Barcelona didn't put Suarez and Neymar and Zlatan and all these pieces there for Messi to strive. All these pieces fail because of him. Sorry, continue. Bro, all these players get worse because Messi's at the club. Am I wrong? Hear me out.
I think you're wrong.
Zlatan didn't get worse at Barcelona because they had to play Messi style football. Henry didn't get worse because they had to play Messi style football.
Okay, but that doesn't matter.
Neymar.
Wait.
Even Neymar.
What number did Messi wear when Thierry Henry and Zlatan were on the team?
What does that have to do with anything?
No, but answer the simple question. Was he the number 10 yet?
I don't remember, but
because he was 19 or 20 years old. Are you telling me that an entire club performance was based on a 19-year-old who hadn't reached the pinnacle of his career yet?
Everything went to that front.
Ronaldinho was still playing.
Not when Thierry Henry was there.
I'm pretty sure, no?
No.
And Samuel Eto'o?
No. Oh, Samuel Eto'o, yes, but not Thierry Henry. Or not Ronaldinho wasn't there.
I think you're wrong.
Ronaldinho, the season, I'm pretty sure, the season that Messi came in, Ronaldinho left at the end of that season.
Okay, let's go back to the side.
And Messi, okay, but anyways, all I'm saying is every single star that comes to that team, even Neymar to some extent, even though they succeeded with Neymar there, Neymar left Barcelona because he wanted to run his own team and do his own thing and play through his own system.
You think Neymar plays better on PSG or Barca?
I think Neymar plays more freer on PSG.
But that's not you're thinking by yourself. Himself.
Well, that's not. But
he's saying Messi and Neymar, that's a whole team. You know? They worked together and they succeeded. They won.
Okay, wait.
I'm saying
Eto'o was there in 2009 still, and Ronaldinho left in 2008, I believe.
That doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that how are you now going to turn around to the club that gave you everything, because they did, and I know Messi loves Barcelona, but how? And this is the most important part of this entire argument that I'm about to say. How are you going to turn around and try to fuck Barcelona for free? You're the greatest player of all time. You're going to try to sneak off on a cheeky thing for free, and you're going to go to Man City, who is, by all intents and purposes, a rival club to Barcelona, right? They are in the Champions League. They're a rival club. You're gonna snake. If you really love Barcelona, right? If you really love Barcelona, you would not try to walk out on a free. And if you knew you wanted to leave, you would not sign a $700 million release clause. You're Messi. You can sign a contract for whatever you want. You have Barcelona in your pocket. Whatever you want your contract to be, they'll make your contract for you to stay there. If you want your release clause to be $150 million, then you would have made it $150 million so that Man City could have bought you, so that PSG could have bought you, so Man United could have bought you. But you didn't.
So you're saying he should care that La Liga is losing money?
No, I'm just saying that he shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
What are you trying to say?
Also, the economy of Spain. If Messi leaves Barca, I'm pretty sure no one's going to take his spot for a long
Bro, I'm not even trying to go that deep into it. I'm just trying to say
what you're trying to get at.
I'm just trying to say what Messi's doing to Barcelona is kind of fucked up when you think about it. They gave him everything. They put all these pieces around him constantly.
You're thinking of the old coach, the person that gave him everything.
Doesn't matter. Even but even still, Melody, you don't understand. Even still, they're still putting pieces around him. Coutinho is a good piece. Griezmann's a great piece. Dembele, great piece.
They're great pieces.
That doesn't matter.
It does. Yeah, it does though. It does matter. They're not performing, so
they're great pieces on paper, yes, but it all matters about how they play on the field. And sure, you can tell me that you have to cater to someone else's style of play, but Dante,
all those players came in because he agreed. Messi said, "Yeah, bring in Griezmann. Yeah, bring in Coutinho." He said last year, "Yo, try to get Neymar back," and they couldn't get him. You know what I mean?
Together before.
Huh?
They've never played together.
But it does.
exactly.
You're not
So on
listening to what I'm
paper,
trying to
it
say to
made
you.
sense,
You're
but
not. You're not
sometimes it
listening. You guys aren't listening to what I'm trying to say to you. All I'm saying is the reason that they're at the club right now and Barcelona is in this situation and they're paying huge wages for these players is because Messi said, specifically with the attack line. I'm going to talk about midfield and defense. I don't know if Messi has a say over that. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but I don't know. But specifically that attack line, Messi said, bring him in, bring him in, bring him in. Now everything's failing and falling apart, and you're going, okay, let me try to sneak away on a free. Fuck this. Let me get out of here.
But
I'm
it's
saying
not
it's
like that. You're acting like it happened like that. He's being unhappy, and he's slowly it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. So now he's at a point where he's like, okay, like nothing's changing. I have to go now.
Okay, if you've been unhappy, but here's the thing: if you've been unhappy, why would you?
It's hard to explain this to you because the way you're looking at it,
I'm looking at it from a business standpoint, from Barcelona's standpoint.
You're looking at that's why I'm telling you, look at the player, look at the individual. Look at yourself. Say if you're ever in a place where you give and you're eventually unhappy and you've made that team what they are, because you can't tell me that he hasn't made the club what they are.
No,
he doesn't have.
Barcelona was huge before. Barcelona had Ronaldinho before Messi.
Yes,
Barcelona was huge before Messi. Barcelona will be huge after Messi. Barcelona will be huge after Messi.
Ronaldinho brought 6 Ballon d'Ors.
Dog. Barcelona had the greatest players.
He brought 6
Dog.
Ballon d'Ors.
Barcelona had some of the greatest players of all time before Messi. Maradona was at that club. Johan Cruyff. All these huge players were there.
I get you, but the greats,
Uh-huh.
but the greatest
I see what you're saying.
Was on
it
this
doesn't
team.
matter. He's still a player.
You're gonna tell me? You ask your son's gonna when we're older, your son's gonna be like, Dad, Barcelona's sick because of Johan Cruyff. Or is he gonna say, "Oh, Lionel Messi"?
Listen, all I'm saying is,
think about what you're saying. You're thinking about.
I understand.
Thinking everyone that thinks about soccer is an analytic.
No, listen, I understand what you're saying. At first, when it happened, I looked at it from Messi's point of view, and I was like, "Damn, they should let the player believe they're holding him hostage." But then I was like, you know what? No, they shouldn't. He is a contracted Barcelona player. He is signed to them. Barcelona takes very, very good care of him. He is the highest paid player in the world. He makes $1 million a week.
So if you're in a toxic relationship, and they're like, you want to get out because that's the best for both of you, because it seems that you're not working for them and they're not working for you.
But why is it?
You're supposed to stay and continue being toxic because it's a cute entanglement for a bunch of years for a bunch of money.
Oh, I got you.
It's not like
it's like that.
It's a toxic relationship in the sense that
you're saying that obviously all these you're blaming Messi. All these pieces didn't work, so he doesn't fit them either. He says, "I'm not the best for you. You're not the best for me."
I'm not saying Messi shouldn't leave Barcelona. I'm just saying it's fucked up that he's trying to leave them on a free.
Dante,
put them in this
just
debt.
Let it go, bro. Messi and Barcelona have to break up, bro. It's inevitable.
That's fine.
Like,
they should.
They have to.
Listen, y'all are not listening. Y'all are not listening to what I'm saying.
Dante just hung up, bro.
Y'all are not understanding what I'm saying.
That boy gone.
Nobody wants to.
Listen to dude,
just show for a sec. Y'all not understand what I'm saying. Nobody wants to see Messi in the Premier League more than I do. I think it would be great. But I'm just saying the way that he went about it was wrong. You shouldn't try to sneak out the club out the back door on a free transfer. You're the greatest player of all time. You love this club like you say you do. You're gonna walk out on a free transfer after you fuck these guys and have all these players and put them in debt.
You should use a different word because sneak is not the word.
Bro, that is the word.
The entire world knew about it.
Okay,
it's just like he's just trying to leave for free.
No, bro.
Everyone knew about it.
Bro,
it's not a sneak.
I don't mean sneak in the sense that like it wasn't a big deal to the world. I mean sneak in the sense that you're trying to leave without anybody getting some kind of reparation for you, like nothing. You're not trying to get no type of payment for you. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think is wrong. If you love Barcelona like you say you do, and you care about this club and you want them to be successful, and you know you are the greatest player of all time, and you bring so much value to this club, why would you try to sneak out on a free? Like,
I think
you know what I mean?
I think there's steam coming out of your nose.
Because I was getting into a lot of heated arguments with this about people, like you guys right now.
You're getting
because
pretty heated.
At first I was like, okay, Messi had every right to leave and he gave them so much. But then I was like, hold on one sec. Actually, Barcelona gave Messi, if not more than the same amount as Messi's given Barcelona. Let's not forget. This is a partnership, you know? But anyways, that's my argument with it.
I think we should take a break at that note. You know, let Dante cool down for a second.
Let him sit with the idea.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the Raptors? They're in playoffs right now. You guys been keeping up with it or what?
Yeah, honestly, that last one got me super excited again. I was
Last
losing hope.
OG hit that.
Oh, you're talking about when he hit the shot.
Yeah, no, and especially
Yes,
like
sir.
that shit was cold when he just
Yeah.
walks away
Super
after making
clean.
a shot. Like that's called confidence.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
did you hear what he said about it?
Yeah.
They asked him and they were like, "Yo, what did you expect? Did you expect to hit it?" He's like, "Of course I expected to hit it.
Yup,
I
that
shoot
was
to
jokes.
I shoot to put it in, not to miss."
I don't know
Very
why, but
Kawhi-like.
he's,
Very
just
Kawhi-like.
like say
I
that. He reminds
respect
me a
it.
lot of Kawhi,
Yeah.
especially just like he's so monotone. He
So
seems like
beautiful.
he just doesn't sing.
Not him. I mean, him growing into be
I
like
was about
Kawhi,
to
bro.
say,
He
I
could
was
be the
about
next
to say.
Kawhi for us.
I mean, you do you, bro. So,
That's what
I-
you
I-
like.
missing all that, yo.
It's 2020 to be honest.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with you liking
Honestly,
another
though-
man's
honestly, though,
personality
like-
and his monotoneness. That's cool.
okay.
Too far, Dante.
Honestly though, like I feel like that even though the Raptors already won that championship, they got over that hump. I feel like I feel like they still have like the asterisk next to the title just because Durant and Klay Thompson didn't play, but like they fully deserve their title and stuff.
Nope, 100%.
You know, but it'd just be interesting to show that we're still a competitor that can make it that far, and that we're still trying to defend our title type of thing, and that and so we're not like because I think even still like a lot of the sport outlets don't talk about the Raptors. They don't mention them or even acknowledge them as a functioning as a good solid.
They
team.
have been more, I've noticed, but they still do they still throw us
You
down.
know why
Like,
they don't take us seriously because we don't have a quote unquote superstar on our team. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks that we're just gonna get wiped away. Even like with this Boston series, people think we're just gonna get wiped away, right?
Did you even before the season like some sport analysts they were putting like what
Yeah,
they
had
thought
us
the
10th.
conferences were gonna be. Someone had us 10th or like
Yeah,
not
it was
even
really?
no, we didn't make the playoffs
well,
in their bracket.
okay, I wouldn't put us that
And
low,
then
but I
someone
thought we were
else-
gonna get sweet.
and someone
low-key.
else thought we were gonna be 8th seed. But like I don't know. I think they filled the void. Nick Nurse did a really good
No,
job
man.
on drawing up specific plays to make
I
it
rate
work
Nick
with
Nurse,
what they
man.
have.
We are now in that. In my opinion, we're now entering that conversation of like Boston, of like Philly, where like every year we have a team that can compete. You know what I mean?
Yikes.
I know. Even though Philly
They
didn't
got
do well in the
swept.
playoffs, even
They're
though
still in the conversation.
they're still every single year like San Antonio. Every single year they put out a team that competes. There's never like
they
a
make
bad
the playoffs
year
this
for
year?
them. You know what I mean?
They didn't make the playoffs this year. That's crazy.
What, San Antonio?
I don't
No.
think they did.
No.
We
But,
did. That's all I know.
But that's what I'm saying.
Put some
and
respect
that's-
on our names, man.
I know, but like we won the championship last year. We better make it to the playoffs this year.
That
That'd be ridiculous.
That would've been
That-
bad,
that we
bro.
would have been a joke if we didn't make it to the playoffs. Yikes.
Nah,
We did
it's
lose like some big names. Well, I don't know much.
Yeah, but
like,
still, if we went from winning the title to not even making the playoffs, bro, they'd be clowning us.
Dog, all this season
They'd
showed
just be
me,
like Kawhi's the whole team.
yeah, that's what.
all this
that's
season
what they
showed
would've
me
said.
was that if we still had Kawhi, we would have went back to back. That's the only thing that this
100%,
season
100%.
shows
It's not
me. and it
over. It's not
depresses
over,
me.
man.
I think.
I know,
Kawhi-
but like
I think,
if he was there, we would have just cleaned house.
I think
you know what
Kawhi
I
knows
mean?
that. I think Kawhi knows.
Kawhi
that.
knows that. Of course he knows
Saying
that.
he did it just for us to make it harder for us, like as a friendly little.
Like, he showed
competition,
up.
yeah.
He showed up. He's like, "You're ready."
Yeah. He looked
left.
Lowry in his eyes. He looked down.
No,
Lowry, he's like, "You can do this."
He looked OG. He looked OG in the eye and said, "I'm passing the torch to you." The monotone.
Man,
and,
like
then,
OG
and then he hit the shot.
Yeah.
Man, like OG probably didn't even say thanks. Probably just shook his hand. Walked away.
No, he probably went to shake his hand, and then Kawhi just didn't even shake his hand.
Nah.
What do you guys think about Miami and Milwaukee? That's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
I was
They're about to get
I was
swept.
talking shit to my cousin
Mhm.
from Miami for a long time, saying that Miami was ass. Just like I just be talking shit, but like I kept on saying that, and they're about to sweep the Bucks, and like I haven't said a peep.
I wouldn't have expected that, Loki.
I'm amped, and I would just like to say, Fraser knows this. I called it. I called it because I made a bet with somebody, and I said that Miami was gonna beat the Bucks, and they're sweeping. I
He
shoulda
did. He did. I
should have bet
remember.
on the Bucks, or I should have bet on Miami sweeping, but I didn't. I bet that.
I remember you saying they were going to
Yep.
not sweep, but
bro, Miami's an underrated team, man. Miami is an underrated team.
I really like seeing.
who's the
like,
stars? Who they got right now? That's like
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Buckets.
Butler,
Okay, but
Tyler
other than
Hero,
Jimmy
Bam
Buckets.
Adebayo,
Jimmy Buckets.
who
Tyler
else?
Hero. That's my dog.
Dragic is a really
Tyler
good player
Hero.
for them. I mean, they got Iguodala, who's a great defender. He's not putting up points really, but he's doing
But
a
he's
great
not
job
there just for the
defensively.
points.
No, he's there
Yeah.
for defensively. The thing is with Milwaukee is we kind of laid the blueprint last year for how to beat them, right?
what? How so?
Well, basically what you do is you wall off Giannis. So Giannis
Mhm.
likes to drive to the paint,
Yeah.
and then when everybody kind of collapses on him,
Kicks out.
he kicks out,
Yeah.
and then they hit threes, right? So what we did last year was we kind of so Kawhi guards him right when he runs it right from the
You need somebody strong to cover him, so then everybody
That was
doesn't
Gasol.
have to.
I'm pretty sure Gasol.
So, no.
They kind of give or took. Like, to be honest.
The first 2 games that we played in the playoffs last year against them, Kawhi didn't guard Giannis. So Giannis was just running amok, right?
Yeah,
he was just
running
destroying
free,
us. So then what happened was Nick Nurse in game 3 put Kawhi on Giannis. He like high pressured. In soccer, it's called high pressure. You pressure a team up high. So what they did was.
I think that's like any sport.
Okay, well, I don't know if it's a different term in ball, but basically Kawhi guards Giannis right from the halfway line. So Giannis can't drive in right away. And
so
even
then
if
he doesn't have any options.
Yeah. So then the players can kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The players can kind of guard their other man. But if what happens is if Kawhi or if Giannis beats Kawhi, because Giannis is way bigger than him, all the other players would wall off Giannis high up. So then Giannis would have to kick, and then when he kicked, there were other players kind of like around,
ready for
by the basket to jump.
I haven't been watching the series. Have they been doing that though? Like, is that how they're taking care of them right now?
Yeah. So Miami is doing the exact same thing.
I heard that
this year.
Look at them, learning from us.
Exactly. Look at them learning from us. But basically, that's what is happening. So, and then they're about to sweep them, and Bucks have no answer. They don't know what to do, and yeah.
Honestly, the playoffs are always nice to see. You never know what you're gonna expect, what to expect, because like no matter the sport, like you always see like a team like Miami comes out of nowhere.
Listen, in my opinion, as much as I love soccer, I think that there is almost nothing better than playoff basketball. Like playoff basketball is like the pinnacle of. Like one of the pinnacles of sport for me. It's so fast.
It's up.
It's so energetic. Like it's lit, especially when there's a crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's just super hype.
And I would agree in the sense because I believe statistically basketball is the sport with the least amount of randomness in it. So it usually goes to say that the better team usually wins. Let's say in soccer, for example, it's easier for random things to happen. It's easier for one goal and then defend. In basketball, it's a higher scoring game, and the fact that it's the bigger series, it makes it normally that the better team takes the dub.
I don't know if it's just a bias, but like to me, the big moments in soccer stand out a lot more. Than
but
the big
I
moments
would agree with that as well.
I agree
with that.
In seeing Barcelona do the remontada, and I believe they did it in the Parc des Princes in France, or if it was a home game, I don't remember. But that was a huge moment, and seeing Sergio Roberto score a 90th minute,
it was in Barcelona,
6th goal to beat PSG, and then seeing that energy, I was ecstatic. Even watching the World Cup. Like I'm telling you, watching the World Cup, that's why they get the best viewership. The World Cup is the highest best event to watch.
Because to be honest, anything can happen, and the underdog can win. Yeah. So like it's good in that sense that anything can happen, and like it makes for an unpredictable, amazing game. But it sucks that sometimes good teams will get knocked out for that reason when they shouldn't. In their right mind, they shouldn't.
Soccer, in my opinion, has the highest highs, but I think they're very few and far in between. Whereas every single year, basketball playoffs are interesting. Every year they're crazy, they're high paced, and also what you were saying about how in basketball there's no like predictability to it. That's kind of one of the reasons why I don't like it as well, because like at the beginning of the season I could have told you who's going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals and the finals. So because of that, it's not as interesting as soccer, where like you don't know who's going to be in the Champions League final or
like
who could win the Premier League.
The playoffs,
Leicester could win Leicester could win the Premier League, but you would never ever see that in basketball ever. You know what I mean?
Normally people are like, we know who's going to win just based off of the table. Like we can see, but that even though it may make that less fun, I think it's more fair because the better team wins. Yeah. You know, like it.
Yeah, but if you have money,
that's just why playoff sports are like that, man.
I don't know. So like that's why there's good parts to it and bad parts to it. But what I'm trying to say is that's why I like watching playoff basketball, because better team wins, and it's always high pressure, and it's always like everything's like when it gets down to the last second, bro. Everybody is on their toes like every time. The only part that I don't like about ball is when they're fighting for like fouls at the end, and like they're playing off like half a second, and it gets a little too technical. Yeah, where
30 seconds turns into 15 minutes. 20 minutes.
But it's cool when like, for example, like how the Raptors won. You know what I mean? Half a second left, and then they hit the 3 for the game. Like that's cool, and it made it for an unpredictable ending. But like when they're like, okay, I have to use this last foul, and like now everybody's flopping. I don't know what game it was. I think it was the Raps game. Like everybody was just flopping. There was like four right next to each other.
I think it was Marcus Smart. He got fined $5,000 for flopping. Really? It was like one of the worst flops I've seen. He just dropped. Like he touched someone and he just fell. But like honestly, that's why seeing like so much stuff in the news in this point in time has been interesting, because you got sports, and then you got drama, and then you got the real life news with everything that's going on right now because we're in a crazy time period. But one of things that have been buzzing on social media recently, which is was what me and Dante were talking about this earlier, was seeing Dr. Dre's wife. Him and his wife got a divorce, and she's asking for $2 million in spousal support.
That's
it's child support, not spousal.
No.
Is it spousal or is it child?
It's spousal.
Child support is like he's already paying.
He's already paying child support.
She's asking for $2 million on the
on
side.
top. Holy fuck! I did not know that.
Spousal support.
I don't know,
Holy
like,
shit!
The exact numbers.
What the fuck?
But she's asking for like shopping money.
Yeah.
I saw.
I seen that.
Her lawyer like broke it down, and bro,
$100 million on laundry.
I'm gonna pull it up for you guys.
No, 100. She was saying she said 125,000 for clothes, and she said 100,000 for mortgage.
Okay,
How are you gonna ask for more money for clothing than the house?
I got it.
What?
Okay, so
go break it down.
She wants for laundry and cleaning $10,000 a month. Clothes $135,000 a month. Education, tuition, and living expenses $60,000 a month.
That's the most fair one I can think of. But
Bro,
keep going. This is education. Sure, let's put him in a private school.
Bro, this next one's the craziest one. Entertainment, $900,000 a month for entertainment.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like Netflix.
I think she means that what spousal support essentially is that what she's aiming to get is that obviously you've been married to Dr. Dre. That's different because that has to do with prenups and stuff. I'm pretty sure he signed a prenup. But that's why she wants the spousal support because she's lived the certain lifestyle for so long. She wants to maintain it, and she probably has her own endeavors. So she's seeing a bag.
Bro.
She's like, I'm getting a divorce. I can help. I can get him to help me move forward with my own endeavors while she creates her own life for herself because they're going separate ways.
I can understand, but not when you're asking for that much money.
That's an atrocious amount of money. Like, especially it's not realistic.
Yo, hold on, let me finish, please.
Oh, it's not done?
It's not even close.
Okay, let's go.
Charitable contributions.
What?
$125,000 a month.
What?
Charitable contributions?
This chick wants Dr. Dre to give her $125,000 a month so she can donate it to charity.
Why wouldn't he just donate?
That's why. Why does she need $125,000?
You think she's donating that money?
Of course not. She's giving it for herself. It gets even better. Mortgage, $100,000 a month. Okay, I don't know how much like a mortgage on a $20-30 million house. She probably lives in a really nice house.
But
so I don't know what I don't get
is I feel like unless she bought a house, I feel like they already have cribs that she probably got. She probably got one of the cribs that's
true. Well, didn't he sign a prenup? So technically he doesn't owe her nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Damn.
Right? I thought that's what happened.
Her house. Okay, so you got one fair
and
one
more.
Two.
This is the last one, and this, in my opinion, is the craziest one. Telephone, cell phone, and email.
Okay, let me guess. Let's guess how much you think it is.
Let's go 120.
120K.
No, that's way. It's no, it's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm gonna guess.
He was way too high.
Oh, okay. I thought she was just gonna be
$75,000.
That's way too high. But it's still like a lot.
Okay, 50 racks.
No, it's no. You guys are. It's 20 a rack, 20K a rack
for phone bills.
For phone bill.
Yeah, what is emails? Like, why do you have to spend money on emails?
I don't understand.
Premium email. Now, do you do that to premium emails?
I didn't even know there was a premium email.
The fuck?
That's not insane. $20,000 a month for emails, phone bills.
Like, yo, honestly, what anyone does in any type of business transaction, she's gonna spitball high numbers and they're just gonna go low from there.
I don't give a fuck. She a waste man.
But that's insane though.
That's
crazy.
I forget what the exact number was. But this was happening with Future too. His baby mama.
Yeah, just not on that scale. This is like serious. Nah, and I love how Future just like, oh, what was the numbers on it? She asked for like
50K a month on.
And I think it was like 38 or 39.
No, it was more than that. It was like 60 or 70.
It was a lot of money. It was like even I think it was close to like 90. But he's gonna give her 3.2.
But she wanted
7. No,
3.2.
But his wife,
that's hilarious.
Future's girl wanted it for child support though. She doesn't want it for herself.
But still, I find it funny.
I know, but like
Yeah, to be fair,
like depending on how much of a father Future is, that's up to him. But like for the essential thing of
what do you think?
Because I'm not gonna defend him. That is a path I do not want to take. But like asking that much for child support, like how much are you really spending on a child a month? How much do you really need to spend on a child a month? Boy, that cup bigger than your forehead.
Big cup for a big man, bro. Come on.
This guy went to drink the cup and just swallowed his whole fucking head.
Just staring at his water.
You're just mad because you're not saving the environment, bro.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's fucking
this
wild.
This is decomposable.
Melody.
Impressive.
Melody. That's fucking wild. 135 $2 million in child support. That's wild. Or in spousal support. Sorry.
That's someone he trusts.
Oh my.
But imagine going through a divorce, and then your old babe being like, "Oh my gosh, something like $2 million a month."
Oh my gosh.
Something like $2 million a month because we got a divorce. I'd be shook. I'd be like, "We just broke up." And
I thought you loved me.
I would honestly, I wouldn't even. I'd honestly, I would link her and be like, I want you to tell me in my face why you think this is.
She would do it. She would definitely do it. Yeah.
But like,
she'd go in his face and be like, give me that motherfucking money.
I feel like that will turn into an argument because she's gonna try to justify herself in a way that won't make sense to him. Obviously,
that's why they gotta do it the legal way so they don't have to.
That's very true. At the end of the day, it's not Dre talking to his wife; it's lawyers talking to lawyers.
But
you know,
this is all speculative because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There could be a reason that she's asking for that much money.
I don't care. That's an absurd.
No, but
to
be fair,
I don't care. Yeah. That's an absurd amount of money.
To be fair,
I don't care how rich you are. That's an absurd amount of money, and you guys all know that.
It could be a situation where she's holding him hostage. So it could be like maybe he hit her.
This isn't Messi in Barcelona.
No, but hear me out. But like maybe
that's a sad reality. It could
maybe he hit her, and she's saying, if you don't give me this kind of money, I'm gonna come out and ruin your name. You know, it could be something like that too.
You never know.
I honestly don't think it's that because you think I'm pretty sure I don't know how much he's worth, but like she would go for a behind the scenes crazy amount of money instead of
$2 million is a crazy amount of money.
Actually, yeah, in a year. Yeah. Was it $2 million a month or a year?
It's a year. It's $2 million a year.
She's asking all of that shit like a month though.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Because your phone.
I thought that was a month. I thought that was per month.
I think that's yearly. That's like
no.
That's what
she wants $1,936,000 to cover expenses
per month.
Oh, per month. Oh my God.
Per month.
Holy fuck.
Bills are at the end of the month.
Yo, best of luck to you, Future.
That's not Future.
Best of luck to you, Dr. Dre and Future. To all of our
man's gotta sell the beats, yo.
To all of our fallen soldiers. Best of luck.
I feel like this is not Future's first rodeo. So
definitely not. Yo, moral of the story, man, can't trust these hoes. Can't trust these hoes.
Nah, you just gotta find a good girl.
They about to steal your money, bro. This guy trusted her, and now look.
There's some woman, and then there's
exactly. Can't trust these hoes. I could trust a woman.
You just gotta find a good girl that's not gonna do you dirty like that, or
I wouldn't marry a woman that I don't think is gonna be that woman, and then look at what happens. They got divorced.
Or you gotta do what I think everybody should do and just sign a prenup.
Yo, speaking of women, you guys see the new Wonder Woman or Batman trailer?
No.
Honestly, I saw the Batman. I think I saw the Wonder Woman one with you, actually, Modi. It was like I saw
these guys.
Modi, yo, have you guys seen the new Wonder Woman trailer? Esty, I seen it with you.
And I'm just thinking back. but yo, the Wonder Woman trailer was cooler than I thought. I don't know if you guys remember the first movie. The guy she fell in love with died on a plane. But now he's back.
How does that happen?
So we'll see in the movie. But honestly, yeah, the real good one was the Batman one. I'm super excited for the Batman.
Yeah,
one.
Batman looked sick.
Looked really good.
It's just a different take on Batman with Robert Pattinson, and I know that everyone feels weird because he was the Twilight guy. Everybody still honestly, it's like being a Disney star. Everyone's gonna see him as the Twilight guy.
That's a good comparison.
Team
that's Hannah Montana right there, bro.
But we've seen but even from then even from then we started to see he was that dark. He was the dark.
He was very cold looking.
He brought the kind of the darkness to the show. That side of his deep side of being a vampire and stuff like that. So we've seen it, and especially in this other movie where.
Same
it's about 9/11 that he was in. Some other films, even there's
he beats up a bad guy, just bites him in the neck.
There's one that's out right now, and we're seeing a super action-packed Robert Pattinson in Tenet. I haven't seen it yet, but he's in
Robert Pattinson's in Tenet.
Yeah, he's in Tenet, and he's a super action-packed movie, and he's one of the main characters. Boys, so that's gonna be exciting to see.
I think we should all go see Tenet. That's what I think.
But going back to Batman,
so wait, do you guys think he will fill that role? Yeah. I believe he will. I haven't even seen the trailer, and I'm just going to assume, to be honest, just by the way he's portrayed in the Twilight films, no matter how good or bad you think they are, his persona, he's good at displaying a very like stone cold character that's like with a dark-sided demeanor.
The trailer too, like the way he was fighting the thugs in the trailer reminded me of a lot of like Arkham City. If you guys ever played that.
Yeah.
No, I haven't played it, but I know.
Yo, you should. You know? It's really good. You should.
No, because it's like
Arkham Asylum.
It's like this.
I play Valorant.
Oh,
this Batman is gonna be a different one from like the sense it's not Christian Bale. Like Christian Bale is a completely different Batman. This like as you were telling me, that was the first
Dark Knight.
That's the Dark Knight. But like from what you were telling me, explaining to me before, this is Batman early on into being Batman. Mm-hmm. So I think we've seen him come into his own for every role that he's done. So I think with this role, he can really embody a younger Batman with a dark side, kind of confused about what it means to be Batman, because he's been in that situation
that's what it
before.
is.
You
the
know?
director said in an interview that in this world, Batman is still a myth. Like people of Gotham don't know if he exists or not. They just hear stories about him, but nobody's actually seen the guy. You know what I mean? So it's cool because we've never gotten a Batman movie where it was like this.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm honestly
it'll
excited.
Be interesting.
And I wonder like where they can take it, how far, and how many sides of Robert Pattinson we'll see down the line. Because we saw Christian Bale. We saw there's obviously different plots in each movie that we saw, but like I feel like that character development was crazy. Like we saw a lot of changes, and like we saw how the public eye saw him, and we saw how he really was. Like,
there's gonna be a lot of that in this one.
So I really want to see how Robert Pattinson will let himself be portrayed when everybody realizes that he's Batman, and then I want to see like the side how he really is with like whoever is helping him or when he's fighting crime and stuff. So I'm really excited to see how it goes.
My thing is I have high hopes for it. I hope that it's really good. I just hope it's not too dark. Like I know the darkness thing kind of works with Batman because of his world and character and stuff. But like the DCU or whatever, the DCU is really dark and I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like Superman super dark, Wonder Woman's really dark.
The villain in this one, like what's
so Riddler, Penguin, and one other.
There's one more.
I think Carmen Falcone.
There's no Bane?
I think Carmen
Falcone and Catwoman is in it as well. But
Catwoman's in it, but she's not. She's like an anti-hero.
Yeah,
that's a pretty loaded roster. I feel like that's
she's
like
pretty good.
That's a lot of people.
I don't know, in a weird way. She's like kind of like a Loki. She's like the Loki of the.
Yeah, she's like the Loki. She's an anti-hero.
She does her own thing, but she helps out when like you kind of.
And Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman, she would be bad.
Oh, she's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yo, can you do your best Batman impression?
Nah, we're not doing this again. Go,
come on.
Let's hear it.
He has a really good one, guys.
He has a really good one, guys.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's been practicing.
Now you have to.
Y'all gotta set me up for failure. Y'all know I'm about to do this?
No, because Dante's claimed before that. No, what was it? You claimed to have a good Bane impression.
Yeah, no, my Bane impression is
okay,
fine.
Go hit a Bane impression.
I'll do Batman. I need to think of something good. Give me something good. What does he say?
Bane?
No, Batman. Like, I don't want to do the where is she one. Cause
yeah, you have to.
That's the goated
That's the goat one.
Nah,
or like how you said, what did he say again?
I said, where is he? But he says, where is she?
It's okay. You cry. You shy in front of the camera. It's all good.
Nah, what is a good thing that Batman says? Wait, that's like a classic.
Where is she?
No, I gotta go one for Bane. What does he go? He goes, he goes, you adapted the dark. I was born in it, raised by it. In fact, I didn't see the light until I was already a man, and by then. That's what he says.
Why do you sound like that?
That was fire.
Honestly,
you just sounded like you had an accent.
You kind of messed up the line though.
No, that's what he says though.
Okay, go Esty, hit it.
Nah.
Now you have to, bro.
You can't say I messed it up and then not hit it.
I mean, I guess, but like we were talking about your impression, not mine.
No. So what's the classic Batman one? Where is she?
Where is she?
What the?
I can't do that one.
All right, yeah, the second one was a banger.
Like the buck team at building. Where is she?
So let me hear your Bane.
Why must you kill a man if you're gonna throw him off of a plane?
That's a good one.
That's a banger. Honestly though, like I think.
What about you? Let me hear yours.
Yeah, I can't even hit it.
Let's hear your best Joker impression.
I'm gonna do Bane.
Bane's the best one to impersonate, to be honest.
I was born in the darkness.
Nah.
This guy sound like he's from like Holland or something.
We just lost like
he's from Amsterdam.
Everybody just turned.
We just lost like 5 subs. Honestly though, like seeing all these new superhero movies come out, and like honestly seeing the news recently with Chadwick, it honestly breaks my heart. Honestly breaks my heart.
Dante is done, bro.
Dante is over.
I thought it was
at first he's like, nah, I don't know if I want to do it.
but in all seriousness, to bring it back though, rest in peace, Black Panther, man.
I know, yeah.
Rest
in peace. Honestly,
rest in peace,
like
Black
I hope
Panther.
his family's doing all right. I hope anyone he was close to is doing all right.
Yo.
It's crazy. Like I did not expect that at all. And I remember in the past, past couple of years, we saw pictures of him on social media where he was looking frail and skinny. And all I could see was a bunch of people just, making crack jokes. And obviously that shit was funny in the time. I'm not going to lie, I was laughing. But no one knew he was going through it. That's a different kind of strength to be persevering also, and working on your craft while going through stage 3 cancer.
When I seen that, I thought he was just getting ready for a movie role. That's what I thought.
So did I.
Yo, same. That's how I understood it. That's what I heard.
You guys see the interviews that he was saying, like, I'm not going to be alive in 4 years? Because someone asked, like, where
what? I didn't see that.
It was
That's
like
crazy.
a Grammy. I don't know if it was the Grammys, but, like, it was like a red carpet kind of vibe. And someone asked him, like, where do you see yourself in 4 years? I don't know if that's the exact line.
That's
but he was
so
like, I'm not going
sad.
to be here. And she was like, haha. Like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm just not going to be here. And he was just playing it.
Oh
like,
my gosh. That's so heartbreaking.
You know what, though?
Honestly,
that does add to the legend of Chadwick Boseman in the sense that, like, it's super dope that he was able to continue filming and putting out these great performances.
If you think about the roles,
you had,
the roles in these movies, like, even just, like, the role he did on having a voice while being, like, in film. Like, he expressed a deeper meaning in every film. Like, he pushed a lot of movements in every film. He
wasn't just an actor. You know what I mean?
Even just the movie 42, where he represented Jackie Robinson. That movie's amazing. Or if you've seen, I
haven't watched the whole thing, but I seen a good portion of it.
There's one called Get On Up where he's depicting Danny Brown. Like he had all of these amazing roles that you really have to embody a persona. You really it's a whole transformation of the mind while you're dealing with that. And keeping it a secret. I just can't imagine how.
Was he filming Black Panther before he had cancer? Because it said 4
I
years ago,
I would
right?
think so.
I forget what year Black Panther came out, to be
2018
honest.
says right there,
Oh, yeah, 2018. Okay, yeah.
But also, that's when it came out. Think about the filming.
So it was probably filmed in 2017.
26, late 2016 even. Because that movie probably took a while to
film. But still, like, taking that, as you were saying, he did all of that in secret. You know, like, that
Avengers
takes an
Endgame.
immense amount of strength.
Infinity War,
like, chemotherapy, any form of treatment that they do for any cancer is so treacherous on your body. Like, it's insane that he wasn't just lying in bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he continued to go through that struggle and that fight to do all those movies. That's insane to me. Like, when I first heard that he passed from that, I was like, that's fucking wild that he wasn't out of the spotlight. He just continued all the way until he was gone.
Honestly, thinking about like that and how like all these movies that he did, it really made me reflect on like what has happened to me, what has made me stop what I'm doing just because I thought it was too much to bear, for example.
Right.
Like, it kind of just makes me realize and think about like, or even the times that like shit was going on and that you continue, you move or whatever. So you just it's inspiring to think, whatever's going on, and if you have a vision of what you want to be, no matter what be affecting you, you need to work. You need to continue.
Can't let it stop you.
You need to continue.
That's what I was gonna get to. I will say,
really
because
inspiring.
I don't want to stay on this subject too long, but what I will say is there's a valuable lesson in this, in the sense, and like for everybody listening and for you guys as well. Like, no matter what you guys are going through in life, we all have our personal problems. It should never stop you from trying to go be great and be successful and being a role model to others. Like, whether you have physical disabilities or you have physical implications like how he did with cancer, or you have mental disabilities, or you have issues going on with family or whatever the case may be, like, this is a situation that we should all learn from and show all of us that we could go be great. We could go be great no matter what we're going through. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, and
one thing I last want to say, like, all right. No, because I saw on Twitter, like, yo, this is a sad thing, and
no, it is.
I wanna let it be known, like, a lot of people I saw on Twitter, they were saying, like, at a time like this where, like, for example, a lot of things are happening in the U.S. for like the Black Lives Matter movement, and he was a powerful character in the sense of he was doing right as a powerful black man, right? And I would agree with that. And they were like, damn, this sucks that at a time like this, he had to go. But obviously, that does suck, right? Like, it's terrible that he had to go at a time like this. But I would try and look at it as a positive in the sense that look at what he was able to achieve while going through all that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not like he stopped. Like the strength in him was to do all of it while he was going through that. You know what I mean? And that gives it that much more of a reason for you to think like, if he could do that, I could do that. No matter who I am or like where I am, right? Like anybody can go through that. Like some people our age now, they're tweaking on like, oh, this girl broke up with me and now I'm going into a depression. And people have problems like that, but think about a situation like that. He was literally going through one of the worst things you could ever go through, and he was continuing to fight the good fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which I can really respect.
And
yeah, no matter what happens.
It's a real shame because he was a big part of something. Like even just the Avengers itself, he was a huge part of the Avengers. And now we're left to think like what will happen with the Avengers. Like what avenue do you think Marvel will take?
I have no idea. Yo, he was actually such a sick character for the
I
whole series.
I do want to say too that I was thinking about with the situation. I do respect how this never broke out of his camp. You know what I mean? Like, you usually hear about this from TMZ, or you hear about it from all these other things. It's crazy dope. So shout out to his people and his team that like were able to keep this in the family. You know what I mean? And nobody knew about it until it had already happened. Which I feel like,
I wonder if
it was sadder because of it, but it was also like, I feel like that was the way that it was supposed to go, and it should have been. That was how it was supposed to be.
It's nice that it went out like that, so people weren't pitying him while he was going through it.
Exactly.
Or people weren't telling him, no, stop. He was able to do what he wanted until he couldn't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Which is sick.
But yeah, like because he was such a big piece and everything, like it leaves a hole in the MCU and everything. It leaves a hole in like what the franchise would continue to be. So
I'm sure though they will leave him with, at least in the series, they will leave him with a great legacy. You know what I mean? Like somehow they're gonna work it and make it make sense in a great way. Like,
well, they have CGI and stuff. I'm sure that they could find a way to like.
They're about to do like a Paul Walker thing.
Like a Paul Walker thing where because he died while they're filming that movie.
But it's out of respect for his career. You're not gonna act like nothing happened.
They have to speak on it.
They acknowledge in
Fast and Furious. The Fast and Furious could have just wrote it in Loving Man, but they showed the separation of paths that like it kind of signified
the
Paul Walker obviously is not part of the franchise. Like he's still a part of the franchise, but he's not going to be in the movies. And it showed it in a nice way because it kind of showed that separation from. It
was very symbolic.
It was just Well, I like the way they did it.
I don't know what's going to happen with Black Panther 2 if they already filmed or if they still have to film. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do believe that they are going to give him the sending off he deserves in that movie, and I think they're going to do something on the level of Fast and Furious where like they symbolize, like, even though it makes sense in the movie, because in Paul Walker's case in Fast and Furious, he doesn't actually die. They just like, but like the audience knows that he's dead. So at the end when that happens, when he splits off, everybody kind of knows what's going on.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure they'll give him that kind of ending, farewell to his story.
Even like signing a deal to participate in the movie, you know, like he couldn't like hide that he was gonna pass away.
Yeah, I'm sure that like the higher ups at least known about that, so they
prepared for the moment.
That's what I was wondering.
I feel like there's probably medical staff on set because you never know if a really hot film day or just an action-packed film day
could hit him hard. You know, like,
exhausted, especially if he was going through treatment at the same time. Like that definitely takes its toll.
That's what I was wondering too. They had to have known at Marvel that he had this, right? And I'm pretty sure he got diagnosed with it. Like that. Here's my thing. He got diagnosed with it before he was playing the role of Black Panther.
Really?
Right?
Before the first one?
Yeah, he got diagnosed with it in 2016, I think.
Damn.
Right? And Black Panther didn't come out till 2018. So I'm trying to figure out if like Marvel knew that this was a thing, or if he just didn't tell them and then played the role, and now Marvel's kind of like, well, what the fuck do we do? You know, I'm sure they were curious to know how, like, what happened.
Like, we obviously don't know, but just thinking about it, I'm sure they probably did know.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing, like how you said, it's pretty cool how they just kept it like an inside thing.
Even you saying that they did know, that means that they had a plan. So like that's what I keep on asking you guys. Like I wonder what do you guys think is their plan? Like how do you think they'll continue from here?
Well, I honestly don't know.
Besides the Black Panther 2, where you said they're gonna do like a tribute, like how would the Avengers franchise continue, you know?
So I think for the Avengers situation, I think they're gonna do what I've been saying they're gonna do, where Spider-Man is gonna become the new leader of the Avengers anyways, and all the old Avengers are gonna be out the door, and like the X-Men is gonna be a part of the new Avengers. That's kind of become the new
that's a
setup
whole
thing, you know?
Because it's like it takes a whole different turn of the main group of what the Avengers are.
Ant-Man is gonna be in the new Avengers, I think.
They started writing Black Panther in 2011, and Black Panther was officially announced in 2014.
Did they announce when he was casted for Black Panther? When
probably 2015 or something. That would make sense.
Like, I want to know when he decided, when Marvel said he was going to be Black Panther, if it was before or after he had cancer. You know what I mean? Because if it was after he had cancer and they still went through with it, then
regardless if it was before or after, that's something you tell. You know, that's something you tell them. Because there's the big liability that you can die on production, and that can.
But here's the big kind of like weird thing with this entire situation is Black Panther was supposed to be the main star of the MCU now. He was supposed to be the next Iron Man, the next Captain America, leading this forward, right? So that's why I want to know if Marvel had any idea about it. You'd obviously think from a business standpoint they'd go, let's stay away from this guy because we need somebody that's going to be here for years and years and years, right? Does that not make sense? Am I not making sense when I say that? You know? But like, even though he was such a great Black Panther and they obviously made the right choice bringing him in, that's why I'm just curious if like if Marvel knew that he had cancer, you know? Because now Marvel's in a weird position because now they gotta like phase him out.
Who do you think is going to be the new face?
It's not
who do we got? Like Iron, like
it's not necessarily about who. It's like of the Avengers have in the different series of comics. Like there's always a different core group of what the Avengers are. So we saw the original Avengers. Like we've seen.
But that era is done. So who do you think is going to be the next?
This is where they introduce X-Men. X-Men is about to be introduced to the MCU. So they have to add. And apparently, what I've been reading up on, Keanu Reeves is supposed to be the new Wolverine if they relaunch the character.
I could see that. That could be pretty cool.
I think it would be crazy because he's been an amazing. Yeah, he's been amazing in any movie.
What I personally think they should do is, you know how they had like individual movies for each Avenger, and then they brought it into the Avengers to the hierarchy thing in the MCU. I think they should do the exact same thing with the X-Men. So they should have a Wolverine movie, a Cyclops movie,
build it up,
and build it up into the X-Men movie.
That's probably how they're gonna do it.
I know, and I think they should leave the Avengers thing alone for a bit, and just have like they should do like a Spider-Man movie here, a Captain Marvel movie there, blah blah blah.
They have to start repiecing everything.
Exactly.
And that's probably how they're gonna do it. Think about it. It's a business. They're gonna make a lot of money doing
Disney
that
Plus was promoting something where I don't know if it's gonna be a movie or if it's gonna be a show, but it's about Falcon becoming Captain America. Like he's training with the Shield.
Winter Soldier.
I really hope that is a movie, because if they make it a series, I think it's gonna take away from the MCU, and it's gonna take away from how special the movies are. Because you know we usually like I would want to see that in a movie. Like I don't know why, but I'm not feeling like seeing that in a TV show, because it's not gonna be the action packed Marvel though. It's gonna be this emotional side where Falcon is talking about how he doesn't feel like he's filling Cap's shoes, but he's training as hard as he can. Like I don't care to see that type.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
Yeah, like I didn't finish it though. I have like 2 episodes.
Mandalorian is very high budget, even though it's a TV show. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be. It would obviously be good and cool to see, but I'm just saying that it takes away from how special the Avengers movies were, because we don't see that often, and it's usually action packed and it's climactic where we see all of them shine, type of thing. You know, obviously we see them shine. Like most Marvel movies take the structure where they're coming together, they shine, they fail. They avenge because they're the Avengers. That's the whole idea of it. So like, if we just see this thing where they just train,
mind blown.
My
mind is fucking blown. I just put that together. They're called the Avengers because they fail and they have to avenge. That was actually
whoa.
Who do you guys want to see though? Like, what are your favorite heroes that you guys want to see continuing on into the MCU?
I just want to see I want to see them do exactly what they did with the Avengers, but with
idea.
the X-Men. That's all. Because, like, we already have the Avengers, and we'll have Spider-Man, and he's going to be doing his thing. And then I want to see, like, maybe in certain movies they do, like, a Civil War thing where some characters are kind of intertwining between their movies. But I really think the Avengers thing, like, all of those characters, they should just put on the side for now and go, let's rebuild this, but let's rebuild it as the X-Men. And then when they do this in another 5 years, then they can go, okay, we have the X-Men, we have this team, we have the Avengers, we have this team. Maybe we can get them get them to fight against each other, because there are comic books where the Avengers and X-Men fight each other. They don't like each other.
You could do something like that. It's really weird. The MCU is really weird. Like they have so many different like timelines and like stories.
But that's what's cool. They can pick and choose.
They can pick and choose their timeline.
So as a fan though, I don't want to see where they pick and choose from one timeline and they put it into another. Like if they're gonna continue making the Avengers, they want to build something. You need to lay down the the ground. You need to put down the groundwork. I need to see a foundation of what this and new.
They need to lean into that timeline a little more. They can't just go like this.
I can't lie. I need to see Thor.
I need to see Thor. They don't have to do the same timeline. I need to see
Thor. That's right. Like, he's, in my opinion, he's so like such a strong superhero, and that's someone that like gives the edge to the Avengers in that outer because like these heroes are more times now fighting like aliens. You know, people that are not from their universe or their galaxy or whatever may the case be. And like, it's awesome to have your Earth heroes and stuff like that, but it's even greater when you have a god of thunder on your side, and that's just a really cool.
That's fact.
This is a really cool character that to have, and like his story is really interesting.
Who could beat aliens?
Yo, regarding to what you guys were saying earlier,
dummy.
Dummy.
Yo, regarding to what you guys were saying earlier,
I'll kiss you on your forehead.
Yo, regarding to what you guys were saying earlier, though, it's not the same timeline anymore because at the end of Avengers Endgame, spoilers alert for anybody that's ever seen it.
Don't do it.
There's different timelines now because Captain America has to go back in time to deliver the Infinity Stone, and because of that, he lived through that timeline. So there's different timelines.
That's not like a different timeline. It's more or less everything but everything he did already before he went back in time remained the same.
No, but
they're still playing on the same timeline, but he stepped out into another timeline to correct
to fill it in.
I forget exactly what she says, but even the Asian lady from Doctor Strange's world in Endgame, she tells them, she goes, if you take this stone out, you're creating all these timelines. So you have to put everything back exactly where it went. But they can't though because Loki stole one of the
But that's the thing. Okay, the fact that they stepped out of their timeline and came back into theirs, that is a part of that timeline. That is what was supposed to happen in that timeline.
But they're just back into that one. It bridges off because I'm pretty sure that he went into that new timeline where he goes back to his wife, and as he goes on through his life, he already kind of knows the events that are happening. So he is fighting them. I'm pretty sure knowingly, like, if like he went back in time and he like everything happened with the Avengers and everything that happened, him knowing probably already the outcome, already knowing how maybe not how to win, but like he knew what was gonna happen, and obviously it wasn't gonna be the same. But he's probably just seen it before, because I'm pretty sure he retained all his memories.
You're talking about Doctor Strange, right?
You lost me.
Yeah, are you serious?
No, okay, I know what you mean.
Because how Captain America went back with his wife and stayed. And I'm telling you, so he lived his life. That was like the 1950s. So he had to live from then going back. That's why he's an old man, because he lived through all of that. But I'm saying he lived through all the Avengers stuff again in his timeline.
That's crazy.
Because you know he went back in time, but he knew the outcome. But not obviously everything doesn't happen the same twice. Yeah. So obviously he knew what was going on, knew what was coming. Maybe that's why he prepared. And maybe we'll see something like that.
Maybe who knows.
Yo, but like all this all these, you know, all these superheroes, or especially Chadwick, like how we were talking about, and they left like this big, like, you know, a legacy, something that's hard to fill in, like to see a new Captain America, someone to fill Chris Evans' role, like, you know, like that whole idea about being like having your own like legacy, like leaving something behind. Like I wanted to know what you got. Somebody
has to fill those shoes, you know?
Yeah.
And those are like size 14s, bro. Like
yeah, that's some big shoes to fill. But like that's exactly all these actors definitely aspire to leave something behind, like to leave an idea of a legacy. Like what do you like? What would like? This is something that their life will leave behind to be remembered as, and they may left an impact.
What in your opinion? What do you want to leave behind as your legacy in this world when you're done?
Oh my! Honestly, that's a loaded ass question.
It's a loaded question, but try to simplify it though. Like simplify it.
You can't say
when you go. I know it's not something you can really simplify.
You can't say specifically, but what you can really say is that you want to be able to live your life in a happy way where you set up those around you for success. You want to be able to reach a point in your life where you look back and you say, I'm glad with what I did. I don't feel like I skipped something. I don't feel like
I want to live with no regrets. I didn't do
something. You know, you want to make sure like what I did had meaning. I want someone to look at my work or something I did and either appreciate it for being art, or to find some sort of understanding with themselves with your form of art. You know what I'm saying? So like you always just want to make sure that what you do is because it's important to you, you know? So you want to make sure that leaves something behind for others, because obviously you make art for yourself, but you also have your art perspective for others to see and understand.
You don't just make it for yourself.
But like sometimes you want to drive for yourself, but other times, you know, you really want to show someone. You want to
share it with other people, because as humans, we're social beings. You know, you want to share it with others.
That's something
the people
that you
care about.
Behind.
So that's how you would want it.
Yeah, like basically, you know, like I want to just make sure that I'm happy and I feel fulfilled, and I like happiness is a big thing for me, and I personally, like, you know, regardless of what happiness comes in different forms, but you really need to find your own, because if I feel like if you lived your entire life without finding what you defined as your form of happiness, you might feel unfulfilled, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
So you have to find your form of happiness and pursue it, type of thing. That's what like I hope to do and continue to do, as to a point where I leave something meaningful behind.
Find and live your happiness to the
Exactly,
fullest, pretty much. Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm just trying to simplify it. That's because I know it's a loaded question, but like trying to break it down. I guess for me it would be like straight up, I just want to be happy. Like, and everybody has differences in what makes them happy. For me, what makes me happy is I'm safe, secure, and I could feed myself and shelter myself as well as all the people I care about, all my family members, my friends. So that makes me happy. But also one thing that really drives me is I want to inspire the youth like how I was inspired. So like I'll give you a couple examples. When I grew up, for me, I'd be reading the Spider-Man comics. Probably not as much as like a super like binge reader, but like I was inspired by those. That's what made me draw now. And another one is My Hero Academia. Like that's my favorite manga at the time right now, right? Like right now it's at a climax, so it's amazing. But that inspired me to draw the comics that I'm drawing, and that's just one of the things I'm doing. But that inspired me, and I want to inspire other people like how that inspired me. And not just one person. I want to do that to a whole generation, because I'm sure he did that. Like I'm sure I'm not the only person that's read like the My Hero Academia manga and wants to do that. So I want to like
leave some sort of meaning.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was saying. Like a perspective, a different understanding of things that we usually see. You know.
And it's not just that. Anything else that makes me happy in the future. Because right now that's what I want to do. Right now I want to inspire the youth by making art that will do that, you know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here and I'm making art, and I'm making this whole podcast, everything like that, you know. But in the future that could change. You never know. I might want to be the prime minister, you know. I doubt that's gonna happen, you know. But you know what I mean. Like things change, and what makes me happy right now may not make me happy in 10 years. So, but I can break it down to as simple as I just want to be happy, and that's making sure I'm okay and everybody around me is okay while I inspire.
Esty, how about you? What
Well, like I said mine. What you?
Bean?
I already explained.
It's on you, bro.
I thought you were just explaining the concept of the idea.
Like that's kind of just my whole understanding.
That's his take
of it.
on it.
Like depending on what I do, you know, you can't really say what you think you'll be doing. You'll say what you want to be doing, but life happens fast, you know. So like I just want to make sure that I feel a sense of fulfillment, and I feel like that things that I've made have a meaning, and it expresses my perspective on things where, you know, like I've just always find we're trained to think and see things a certain way, but I wanna create meaning where we see things an ulterior way, or maybe in a more truthful way, or maybe it's just a meaningful way to me, but I want it to mean something to others, type of thing too, you know.
I fuck with that.
I like that. I respect it.
Shoot.
You guys want to hear what I
feel like you stuck.
What's your legacy?
You had a lot of time. This shit better be meaningful.
A lot, bro. We were talking. You weren't even listening.
It's not even. I was just like listening to what you guys had to say. I don't know, man. For me personally, like when my life, like, you know how you guys care about happiness and all. I know it's gonna sound really fucked up to say, but like I don't care about happiness as much.
That's fucked up, bro.
Just hear me out. Okay. I mean, in the sense that like for me, I want to leave this world in I don't even want to say better, in a different place than when I was put on it. You know what I mean?
But wait, can I say that that's what makes you happy though?
Okay, so then that's what will make me happy. I mean happy in the sense of like fucking going on vacation every year and having money. And
but that's like what makes a lot of people happy, you know? And what makes you happy is different.
Yeah, I understand. So for me, the way I look at it is I want to leave communities in a better place than when I was put on this earth. You know, when I die, I want kids to be inspired to feel like they can do whatever they want, like how you were saying as well. I want to put things on this earth that help push human civilization forward and help us achieve our ultimate goal, which, I mean, whatever that is. You know what I mean? I know a whole bunch of different people have an idea for what they think our goal is as a human civilization together, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, is that I want to continue to,
I It's just crazy because you said you didn't care about happiness, but you just explained that is your form of happiness.
Maybe that's but I mean happiness on the simplest form, because like in trying to achieve these things,
you want to be
I
like
know no, but in trying to achieve these things, I know that it can make me miserable, right? Like it probably will make me miserable having to try to do all these things and balance all these things or whatever, right? Just like you hear.
I don't think you should compromise that though. Like you have to remember that like you're only one guy and you got to do it one step at a time. I feel like I've learned that lesson, you know, and if you don't, even though you say like if you want to work nights and that'll make you unhappy, take it at a pace where you can do it and make yourself happy along the ride.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because it's not like at the end of the journey you're happy now. It's like you want to make sure that whole journey you're as happy as possible.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. That I don't think about it like that, the way that you think about it, in the sense that like that doesn't register to me. Like I don't care about that, you know, like, and I even try to be an asshole about it, but like
it's not your main goal.
But that's not my main goal. Yeah, exactly. You know, like
Rowdy, I want to hear from you.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
here's the thing.
we need to hear from you.
No, but here's the thing. I have one more thing to say about it. If I have to sacrifice my happiness so that the world could be a better place and that human civilization altogether can be moving in a better direction, then I'll take that. You know,
this guy wants to be a Tachi.
I don't know, but now how I go about doing that, how I go about pushing our culture forward, pushing things forward, I'm not sure yet. You know, I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that, but that's what
your form of happiness.
I'm gonna hand Mowdy the mic and he can explain how he feels. Okay?
Not to get into too much
detail. Here you go, Mowdy. I'm just gonna pass this over.
Okay. So what I want to leave this earth. What I want to leave this earth as, just love, man. Simple word, love. You know, I know you dirty boy.
That's crazy.
But yo, love. Like, to be honest, like, make sure that everything that I do and everyone around me knows that I love them. You know, they're part of a family. There's something bigger in life. You know, and you know, just don't think so single-mindedly, you know. Think of everyone at the end of the day, and then that'll make me happy at the end of the day.
Exactly. I like that. I think it really has a lot to do with finding your form of happiness.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Everyone has their own form, and that's really.
And so I would just like to say, we're wrapping up now.
Yeah, we'll end at that. A nice note. Mowdy pulling at our heartstrings and shit.
Pulling at the motherfucking heartstrings, yo.
Try to think about that too. Try to think about your own. What makes you feel fulfilled.
What is your legacy? What's the legacy that you want to leave behind?
But yeah, that's a nice note to leave off on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having me on the first podcast. Let me know what you think.
Esty, you were great.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. You guys are making me blush.
Yo, look at this guy first episode on doing the outro and shit.
Who's that guy?
Nah, but in all seriousness though, thanks for having us. This is Screw Culture.
Episode 5.2.
Episode 5.2.
We did it. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.